Hello, you have the right to know your right, and knowing your right begins with knowing the law. You're welcome to Legal Connect here on iBrandTV, Lagos. And today we shall be talking about the fate of direct foreign investment, that's FDI, in Nigeria. And with me here to analyze and answer very, very pertinent questions on this topic. Today, we have someone I guess you already know. He is a member, Nigerian Institute of Management, NIM, member, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPMN, member, Personnel Practitioners Consultative Association, PPCA, member, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, and former chairman, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Lagos State Chapter, and a very popular radio and television personality. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Jide Ologun. You're welcome to Legal Connect, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nats. It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. Now, the abbreviation FDI may be common, but not everyone out there knows what it actually stands for. Now, could you bring home what FDI stands for?
FDI is the acronym for Foreign Direct Investment, and it's when an individual, a firm, or a country decides to invest directly in another country. And we have it on record that in recent times, India has attracted maybe the largest chunk of FDI across the world, and the United States of America is the best FDI destination in the world, and for obvious reasons. And when we bring it down to West Africa, Ghana in the first half of the year 2020, despite the COVID-19, recorded the highest foreign direct investment in the region of about $785.62 million. And the reasons are obvious too, because when you talk about foreign direct investment, you consider the economic environment. Basically, then you look at the socio-cultural environment that can offer that fertile ground for your investment, because investment really is towards returns. And I want to prompt a case that recently took place when Twitter decided to cite the office in Ghana, and many were saying that we have about 40 million Nigerians that patronize Twitter. Nigeria is bigger than Ghana, but Twitter was quick to let us know that when you are investing, you profile the destination nation. So you look at the status of security, the government policies, ease of doing business before you invest. And it's not just Twitter that was in Ghana. To locate physical office, you have Toyota.
Yeah, that just happened.
In Ghana. And I believe that in the course of this discussion, we get to learn about the advantages, and again also there are demerits when you talk about foreign direct investment. But I think by and large, China occupies about 16% of the FDI in Africa. China is massively investing in Africa, and of course with Nigeria taking a chunk of it also.
How would you compare FDI and that's talking about foreign direct investment and foreign investment?
Foreign direct investment relates to what you can attract into your own environment, and quite a number. We have about 3 types of FDI. We have the horizontal, we have the vertical, and we have the conglomerate. And in the horizontal, the investor is investing in the same line of business. in another country. You see, so it's all about business expansion, really. That, okay, we've done well here, we need to extend to other countries because the investor is always out for, expansion. I've said it before that, and when you make reference to public relations, it's not just about the bottom line. When you talk about business, it's about growth, it's about survival, it's about employee satisfaction, it's about profitability, it's about social investment that we call corporate social responsibility. So for the investor, it's like I'm expanding the scope of my investment. And you've seen China do that, extensively across the world. When Donald Trump was the president of America, he engaged China toughly at the trade level because China is almost colonizing the world economically. So foreign direct investment also can help you profile the strength of countries, and that is not to say also that weak countries do not engage in foreign direct investment. In fact, some of the poor countries of the world, foolishly so, push their money to invest in developed countries. Perhaps
why foolishly?
Foolishly in the sense that the best thing to do is to enhance your capacity before you even start thinking about investing abroad. They say charity begins at home. I've told you about China. China is solid at home and solid abroad. The USA is solid at home, solid abroad. But for some poor countries in Africa, when you look at the capital flights, some of them proceeds of corruption and that they just want to go and hide somewhere, invest, buy properties, set up businesses that will add value and create jobs. Because that is one of the advantages of investment, whether it's foreign direct in other countries. So that's why I specifically mentioned foolishly. You recall at a time when this present regime started the issue of fighting corruption, a lot of news came about Nigerians who have homes in the UK, and some of them hardly visit those homes. Even when they go on holiday, some of them don't stay in those apartments, they stay in hotels, and yet they pay taxes over this.
What could be the reason for this?
I want to bring it to the local parlance. In Yoruba race, where I'm from, they say, "Aile mojukuro lonjekeru welepo." I will explain that.
I'm lost.
See, when you find a madman anywhere, and I'm using an illustration, please.
Okay.
He's always surrounded by a lot of junks because he is unable to take his eyes off anything that glitters. So when the madman is going, he keeps on accumulating until he's sitting on top of debris. So, for some personalities, that unsatiable greed pushes them. And I'm making reference to those who are corrupt, steal money from your country, go and invest it in another country. I mean, you can imagine that the interest rates in Switzerland is almost zero because we have huge chunk of African wealth taken to the banks in Switzerland, and they are enjoying that wealth, using it to develop their environments, while some African countries remain in abject
What's
poverty.
the major attraction now?
And sadly, some of those funds may not be traced because quite a number of times the engagements are coded that even the family members may not know that such monies are there. I mean, we have not fully recovered what the former military head of state, Sani Abacha, stole from Nigeria.
But Switzerland wasn't involved? I mean, wasn't one of the
I just
countries?
use Switzerland as an example. I mean, US benefited so much, the UK benefited so much, but we must thank them for releasing that money. I've asked myself a question that what about if that money was kept in Nigeria? Will it be easy to get it back from Nigeria? Foreign direct investment really, in the real sense of it, is an expansion concept. But like I've explained, some poor countries still engage in it.
All right, now, what are the factors that affect the direct foreign investment to a country?
The same factor you look at when you are investing locally too. You look at what we call economic environment in public relations, all right? And because if the economic environment is stifling, you are likely to lose your investment. You look at elements like security, you look at government bureaucracy, you look at the policies of the government, you look at the good governance profile, you look at the respect for the rule of law, you look at the foreign exchange policy, you know, several issues.
You didn't mention security or insecurity?
I started with security.
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't get
I've
okay.
mentioned it because that is, I mean, when you want to go and invest in a country where your staff, whether you bring them in or not, are going to be kidnapped, and they now start asking for millions of naira in terms of ransom. I mean, it's not good business
At all.
So you need to look, and then you also look at the cost of doing business. For example, Nigeria should quickly rise up to develop the electricity infrastructure. It will help a lot in driving FDI, because the investors that are coming here want to be sure that, okay, we can have electricity, because the cost of not having electricity, you need to go and buy generators, install, maintain generators, buy the fuel. And you know the pump price of fuel, you know the pump price of diesel. And this will have impact on the market share and the profitability. And that is why an organization like Dunlop, that used to be very prominent in the Obakran industrial area in Ikeja in Lagos, relocated to Ghana. One of the reasons was electricity. So you can imagine moving that employment opportunities to Ghana, because by virtue of corporate evaluation, it was cheaper for Dunlop to produce in Ghana and export to Nigeria to market.
Can you imagine that?
So, and these are several considerations. So the investor, we have to sit down and look at the environment. So we need to fix our environment.
Now you've mentioned power, that's electricity, as one of the major factors here. Now, talking about Nigeria, don't you think Nigeria has the capacity to produce enough power to serve Nigeria and Nigerians, especially when you consider the fact that Nigeria extends electricity to neighboring countries? And in those the funny thing there, which to me is kind of, I can't explain it, is that when you get to those countries where Nigeria is in charge of power or electricity supply, they hardly experience power cuts.
Nigeria has overflowing capacity to provide electricity, but we have not just come to the wise point of assessing the values we have in it. And like you said, we supply electricity to some neighboring countries, and you may want to note that Niger Republic has perfected her electricity. Niger Republic has a refinery that rolls out about 20,000 barrels of oil, needs about 5, and Nigeria will have to buy the remaining 15. You see, so, and that is what we are saying about the government policy. This government should rise up to give us electricity in Nigeria. It will energize the economy of this country. And let me just say, it's also a function of wise, good governance. The United States of America considers electricity as a fundamental human right. So that government cannot imagine that you live in a community in America and you don't have access to electricity. So you can see the function of governance mindset there. So maybe when we wake up as a people and realize that it's better to be in the light than to be in the darkness, we begin to deliver
so
to the people what they deserve.
When we wake up, meaning Nigeria is slumbering now. That's
more than slumbering.
All right, we still have a lot more questions for you to address issues based on the topic we have for today. We're going to talk about how you would rate, the foreign direct investment in Nigeria, but that will be after this time around. We're taking a short break now. We'll come back to continue from where we stopped here on Legal Connect. You're welcome back to Legal Connect here on iBrandTV Lagos, and we're still talking about the fate of direct foreign investment, FDI, in Nigeria. And I still have with me here Jide Logun. Welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
We're back on track. Now, go ahead and rate the foreign direct investment in Nigeria.
Like I suggested, if we have maximized the enormous opportunities we have, we should be the third richest country in the world.
Can you imagine that?
Yes. Singapore left Malaysia in 1965 as an almost frustrated poor coastal region with little resources. You cannot claim that a region has no resources. And Lee Kuan Yew actually visited Africa trying to talk to some leaders on how to migrate from poverty to prosperity. And he evaluated the mindset. He was not particularly impressed by his experience in Nigeria, so he decided to go back to Singapore and go solo on that leadership experience. And today, Singapore is one of the best countries to live and to work in the world. And he carried out some things that can be referred to as the Singaporean magic. He set in place the policy of meritocracy, studied the successful templates around the world, and improved on what they have done. And that is a neighborhood syndrome. You look at your neighbors. I just told us now that the United States of America, sees electricity provision as a fundamental human right. There are about 50 or 52 states, and they all have electricity, all things being equal. So you now see China coming into America to produce, people go in there because of that environment, despite the challenges they have. You see, and Lee Kuan Yew, the founding father of the modern Singapore, decided to work on the civil service structure. Well paid, well trained, and he had a headlong battle with corruption, zero tolerance for corruption. And population control, different policies. And what happened was that he created an economic hub called Singapore that prompted local wealth, that he divested into building infrastructure. And the infrastructure, the economic environment now started attracting wealth from outside, and that is where FDI comes in. So you see the big brands in the world now
gravitating towards
go and
Singapore.
invest.
Wow.
I told us earlier that Ghana attracted $785.62 million in foreign direct investments in the first half of 2020, despite the COVID-19, because investors have seen that, our investment is secured in this environment. So, and Lee Kuan Yew is of blessed memory, but what he has done for Singaporean, he will always be celebrated. And now, let's leave Lee Kuan Yew. Let's go to the UAE.
Okay.
If you get to Abu Dhabi Airport, you may not want to leave that airport in a hurry, and that's just one of the, in fact, it's 24/7 business activities. Beautiful location. If you are a strong brand in the world and you don't have business presence in Dubai, you may need to work harder. And mind you, Dubai is not a country. Dubai is a state. So what happened in the UAE? Sheikh Zayed, blessed memory also, he could have been 100 years old in 2018, decided to engage the oil money of UAE to develop the people and develop the environment. If you see the massive infrastructure. In fact, there was time I was in Dubai for a program and I stayed in one very beautiful hotel. You needed to come and see these Chinese with their cameras. We were in the same hotel. So Chinese even come to Dubai to look at what is going on in Dubai, to improve on it.
And to replicate, okay, not even replicate.
Exactly.
Wow.
To improve on it. And you can see what has happened to UAE. I think Qatar built the first air-conditioned stadium towards the 2022 games or whatever. So you see people making unquestionable progress.
And I think that's where we have the tallest skyscrapers.
Don't let us talk about that. In
right.
fact, the UAE went to the point that, okay, you like skating and things, let's create the environment in that country, in our region, so that when you are there, you won't have a sense of not having been to, so it's, and that is concept of developmental thinking, And so you find a desert that has been transformed into a paradise.
Can you imagine?
Good thinking, good products.
No.
So you now find a region that is now in autopilot of prosperity. People bringing, including some of our leaders too.
Most of them.
Grabbing money from Nigeria and going to buy hotels in Dubai. And so the wise man rules over the foolish man. The rich man rules over the poor. And that is why the Bible says that the borrower is a servant to the lender. The concept of Esau and Jacob. But we don't have so much time of that. But for Esau, for those who want to learn, Esau was a hunter.
Okay.
He will run after the animal, either kill the animal or injure the animal. But his younger brother, Jacob, was a refined man. He will rescue the wounded animals, bridge them behind the house, and he had a big ranch. So on the day of blessing, Esau ran to the bush as usual. This guy was at home, went into networking with the mother.
And what Esau went out there to look for, he already had there.
Prepared the meal, got the blessing. And how do we position that in the concept of what we are going through as a nation? We have crude oil in abundance. Mr. Nat, my great country has the largest deposit of proven gas in Africa. Do you know for how many years we've been flaring our gas? So we move this crude oil to another country to refine. We create jobs for them. We lose some of the byproducts. We bring this refined material back to Nigeria, sell to the people at a premium. And we are complaining about subsidies. So we need resourceful leadership.
All right.
To get out of this captivity.
No,
and we keep praying that someday
it's going to happen.
Exactly.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and have optimism.
Don't let us keep our fingers crossed, though.
Okay.
Keep our fingers active.
Okay. Now, what is the Nigerian government not doing right to get it right?
Yeah, you've answered your question. If you do the right things, you get the right answers.
So they've been doing the
wrong things, you get the wrong answers. And it does not matter how far or how fast you have been traveling in the wrong direction. You will end up in the wrong destination.
Sure.
So you must begin to ask yourself a question that if there's a country that was under the management of colonial masters for 60 years, after getting independence of 60 years, and the president of that country still goes back to the colonial master for medical check, we have crisis. It's an emergency.
Thank you very much, Jide Ologun, for your thoughts. And you've heard it all there. Nigeria, according to him, is deeply slumbering and needs to wake up and grab the numerous opportunities staring at its face. And it's on this very optimistic note we call it a day on today's edition of Legal Connect here on iBrandTV Lagos. We'll be back again with another very interesting topic to thrash out here on the show. Sooner than you know it. Until then, bye-bye.
wherever you are. Whatever you do, iBrandTV got you covered with the latest news.
On iBrand News Now.
It's about making history. We're fighting for our future. We're fighting for
Top-notch news analysis.
Who knows how many of them that we have in governance today?
Insightful breakfast show.
Welcome to another interesting edition of iBrand Daybreak.
Business trends.
Hello and welcome to Business 24.
Entertainment gist.
Hello and welcome to the BTS.
Sport review.
This is the arena.
Fashion tips.
This is brands and fashion on iBrandTV.
And a lot more. Keep watching iBrandTV as we make your day worthwhile with quality TV broadcast. iBrandTV. Business first.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again, my brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447, 080 35 64 4436, 070 66 63 8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery. Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
iBrandTV. Business first.